can get Wembley Stadium twice in the same year. It's fast car ready.
We can do it, but I'd also like to look at Manchester United. It's two guys from the north of England. It's the War of the Roses, which you don't know a lot about.
No, I
it's
don't.
Lancashire against Yorkshire. So it's a little bit like New York against Boston. It's exactly like that, but only they come out to support. They don't sit there eating hot dogs and having popcorn. The UK fans know how to make some noise, Paulie. You know.
I sure do.
Exactly. And listen, we dreamed of that fight for 3 years. At least now there's meetings. We're looking at venues. The hard stuff's got to be done. You're a fighter. You've been involved in negotiations before. Two guys that don't like each other. You know, we feel it's a very straightforward 50-50 split. You've got a world champion now. You've got a big name in AMIR Khan as well. AMIR, of course, doesn't think the same way that we think. So it's a case of we've got to stand our ground. We've got to be true to ourselves, but also we've got to realise that's the fight we want. And that's the fight that we've got to deliver for the British public and for Kell Brook's career. So we're doing all we can. We can't do any more. But he's got some big decisions to make because he should not be at 147 pounds. And I'm telling him, the trainers are telling him, and he's a stubborn individual that says, no, I don't want to give up my belt. I'm staying at 147 pounds. But why? When you're a better fighter at 154. We'll do 147 pounds to fight AMIR Khan. We've got the Errol Spence situation as well we've got to deal with. But for me, Kell Brook is a better fighter at 154 pounds. So you have to do what's right to be the better fighter you can. But we're not going to let the AMIR Khan fight go. He'd make 135 pounds to fight AMIR Khan. But don't tell him.
But that's the thing. Will AMIR Khan,
No,
in your opinion, will he drag this out and maybe feel that Kell is going to be more weight drained if he drags this out longer to make 147 pounds?
If he keeps dragging it out, I mean, he's got Ramadan, so he has to box before the start of June. Then he won't box again till November. And he's talking about fighting Pacquiao. Don't be surprised to see us jump in and fight Pacquiao in October or something like that. So he's got to make his move. He's coming up to the end of his career. We can do 2 fights if he wants. This is a big payday for AMIR Khan as well. Don't worry about that. Kell Brook don't want this fight for the payday. He wants his fight so he can knock AMIR Khan out. AMIR Khan is now looking at his career saying, I've got a couple of fights left. I want as much money as I can. Well, guess what? This is the money fight. So take the fight, don't worry about it. We'll make 147. It's the biggest advantage AMIR Khan could ever have. And he's clever because he say it must be at 147. Cool. He's probably about 160 odd pounds at the moment. Kell's about 185 pounds. That's all right.
Now here's the thing. So you're saying Khan has to fight before Ramadan. That's before the start of June.
Yeah.
So if you get Wembley April 29th, can you get Old Trafford in the month of May?
We can do anything for you. You know, with your help. We know you've got contacts in England as well.
They call you fast car ready. They don't call me fast car
Don't worry,
Paulie.
we'll get it done. That fight is huge. It does 70, 80, 90,000, no problem. The whole of Britain is waiting for that fight. All we need is AMIR Khan to say yes. So in that respect, I guess he holds the aces. But he's got to respect us, he's got to respect Kell Brook, he's got to understand that if we're all smart, we can have 2 fights here, epic fights, we can make everyone a lot of money and deliver for the broadcasters and the fighters. So this is a fight that must happen. We're sitting down, we're talking. You know, that's the great thing, we're talking. There is a deal to be made. It's probably one of those situations, we've been involved before, where if this fight happens, both fighters will feel like they're getting a bad deal. You know what I mean? But it doesn't matter. We need this fight and we've got to get it over the line.
Absolutely. I think all of boxing wants this fight. All of boxing is at this point, they're tired of waiting for it. They're tired of waiting for the talk. I think people get antsy and they eventually, Kell, you know, people get tired of hearing all this talk and they almost feel like they're getting teased that they don't get the fight, correct?
We just need to make it happen for the British public. Taking way too long now.
The world public at this point. I think the British public, Americans want
Y'all guys want to see this.
Everybody wants to see this fight. Okay, so on to the next part of the situation. At welterweight, you still hold the IBF welterweight title, correct? So, say you can make the AMIR Khan fight happen. What happens with the IBF welterweight title? Will Errol Spence get step aside money? Will Errol Spence have to step aside? Will the IBF strip you? Have you even talked to the IBF, or has Eddie talked to the IBF about the discussions about what would happen with the IBF welterweight title?
I'm not too sure exactly what would happen. All I know is, I would come back down. Everybody's telling me to move up to 154, and like I said, I don't want to give that belt up. I want to make 147. I'd only come back down really for them really exciting and really exciting money fights where the public want to see me come back down to. So
yeah, you know they make world titles at junior middleweight too.
Yeah.
They exist too.
But we've got all these names down at 147. We've got all the names where this is what I made my name at this weight, and I I still want them massive fights.
You feel like the big names are circulating around you at welterweight,
Fighting
not
each
so
other,
much
but they're not fighting me. You know, I want the Thurman Garcias, I want the Khans, I want, you know, even Broner. Bring it all these. I want these exciting ones.
Personally, I don't think Braun goes to you. But
No, I don't.
my personal feeling. But Errol Spence, is there a possibility of that fight happening, or is that more where you get the Khan fight and then move up?
Absolutely. You know, we can't make the Khan fight. We can't make the Pacquiao these kind of fights. You know, this Spencer character. We could fight as manager. You know, and come back down and fight.
So you want to be able to hold on to the IBF welterweight title? What you're saying?
Yeah.
You want to be able to do what you have to do to hold on to the IBF welterweight title?
I just want to be in the fights where y'all guys, the public, want to see me. If you want to see me in the Spencer fight, if you want to see me the Khan, the Pacquiao, you know, these are the fights where all I'm hearing is them kind of in the Pacquiao, these exciting ones, the Khan fights.
Well, that's the thing. You know, speaking of the Pacquiao fight, and now, you know, we're at that point where Pacquiao's about to sign to fight Jeff Horn April 22nd. Now, not too many people know who Jeff Horn is, but I've seen him on video. He's not a bad fighter. Pacquiao gets through this. You know, we were talking to Fast Car Eddie, and he was talking about that your name is in the mix for the Pacquiao fight as well. In the fall, realistically speaking, would that be a fight of interest to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
But once again, you have the IBF welterweight title situation again, where if you make Spence wait in May, are they going to allow you to wait again in the fall, or will you have to give up the IBF welterweight title?
I want one.
At that point, you can fight for Pacquiao.
I don't want to be waiting. I don't want a guy to be waiting that long. So I've been in that position.
Yeah.
I've been in that situation.
At that point, you can fight
that guy
Pacquiao
needs to
still.
fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, same for me. I've been in them fights. I've been at the biggest
Guy
fight in
waiting.
world boxing. You know, so I want the biggest fights what I can get. You know, if we can't make them fights, you know, this Spencer character might be known in America, but in the UK, he's a very good fighter, but he's not got the name. He's not that attractive.
You
know, I think that we'd win if we went to players bid. I think that we'd win the players bid and we'd bring it back. We'd bring it to the UK. Yeah, we get pay-per-view in the UK for that fight.
At the Motorpoint Arena, what is it? Motorpoint?
Yeah.
Motorpoint Arena,
Maybe
Sheffield. Motorpoint Arena. Bold. All right. All right. Any other questions? Peter Cards. What do we got? We covered everything.
Yeah, I got a question for you. You fought 160 against Triple G. Did you feel any different? Did your body feel different? You feel stronger? How do you feel?
I think early on, you know, I felt pretty comfortable. I felt a little bit heavier on the legs, and I think as the fight would have gone, I would have felt, you know, more, you know, felt the weight more, and I would have tired out maybe a little bit more. But I felt healthy making the weight. I felt pretty good.
You look in a really good mood.
Yeah, mood. You know, my missus, you know, said that we're a joy to be around it. You know, I went ratty. I was eating nice meals, so I was smiling all the time.
You know, I have to agree with Fast already. I think you're the best weight will be.
You're a great fighter no matter what weight you fight at. So
I just want to bring excitement to some massive fight.
We hope that you do bring the excitement. We know you always bring it when you're able to fight. We hope you heal up well from the orbital bone surgery. You have a safe healing process, and hope to see you in some more exciting fights in the spring, summer, and fall, champ. Great to see you, and thanks for coming on our show. Our first ever guest outside of